it looks like or sounds like everyone's microphones are working, so that is great. We are in our high school biology orientation. We are going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off by introduce self. My name is Carla Berg. I am the high school biology science teacher. I'm very excited for this class. I've been teaching this, I believe this is the third year that I have taught this particular learning lab. I teach most of our science learning labs. This is definitely one of my favorites. It is one of my favorites because of the dissections that we do at the end of the course. So if you're questioning whether we are going to do them, we certainly are. I'm glad to see that everyone got into Moodle, or into Jigsaw. That's a great start. Today we are basically going to go over Jigsaw and how to use Moodle, which is where all of the information for this class is taught. Now I understand that there are some of you who wrote me and said you do not have your lab kits yet. They have all been ordered by your advisors as of this morning. So they should all be going out, and you will have them before the first class next week. So do not worry. In your syllabus, there were some other materials that you may need. One of the main materials that you will need to get is some sort of safety glasses. If you actually wear glasses, they will work just fine. You're not going to need them for the first week, but when we do the dissecting, it's always a good idea to wear safety glasses just in case something were to splash in your eyes. So we are here in Jigsaw meeting. This is where we are going to do every one of our classes. We have checked our microphones, which is awesome. And hopefully, you can see me, which is a good start. We're going to go over a few of the other features in Jigsaw meeting. The first one is how you get my attention. As we're going through class, I'm not going to be able to see you raise your hand, but you can raise your hand on the computer screen to get my attention. So at the very bottom of your screen, there's a picture of a hand pointing up. Go ahead and raise your hands for me just so I can see that everyone sees the icon. Awesome. Perfect, 100% on the first. The other way for you to get my attention is to text me or chat me in the main room. It is where I wrote, "Welcome to Biology Orientation." You guys could just go ahead and write your name there. Type in whatever you would like to type. Then you are going to hit send, and everyone in class can see the message. Okay, I can see Anthony's, Sarah's, Elijah's, and Gabrielle's. Perfect. Those are the two ways for you to get in touch with me during class. In the syllabus, I give you my email address and my phone number. You can call me. I know I wrote office hours on there. Those are the hours that you will definitely get me. However, I certainly am here more often than that, so if you call outside of office hours, you may get me as well. Now we're going to take a look at the class. This is high school biology, and up on the screen you should see a picture of me, and then to the right, hopefully you see something that says biology, Wednesdays 12 to 1:30 Eastern Time. The writing on that is going to seem a little small right now. This is a PowerPoint that I put together for class. We want to make this larger. So in order to make this PowerPoint larger, what you are going to do is right above the PowerPoint is a purple toolbar. On the left-hand side of the purple toolbar looks like a computer monitor. On the right-hand side, there's an arrow that is pointing up and to the right. Go ahead and click that arrow. My video should go away, and your PowerPoint screen should be large. I'm going to now send you a question asking you if your PowerPoint screen is large. Answer yes or no. Fantastic. Every week, On Mondays, you are going to get an invitation to come to our Jigsaw meeting class on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, you'll click the link in your invitation, and you'll be brought here. In this class, we have three main goals. The first is for you to become an active observer. The second goal is for you to learn how to write informative lab reports. And the third goal is for you to learn how to analyze lab results. Just again, our class meets in Jigsaw meeting Wednesdays at noon Eastern Time for 9 weeks. Things come up. I completely understand. If for some reason you are not going to be in a class, for whatever reason, you're sick, you have a doctor's appointment, you'll be on vacation, whatever the reason is, just send me a short little email telling me you're not going to be there, just so I know to not kind of hold off and wait for you. You will have homework in this class. It is a class for half of a high school credit. Your homework is due to me by Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. You are going to turn your homework in through our Moodle site, which I will explain how to use in a second. Since you do get a half a credit for this class, your work is graded. 10% of your grade is the final presentation for class. 40% is class participation and other smaller presentations. And 50% of the grade is lab reports and homework. Does anyone have any questions about anything that we've talked about thus far? Go ahead, Alicia.
When is our final report due? I know it's at the end of the 9 weeks, but what is that date?
It's going to be the last class, which I believe is May 12th, maybe? I believe it's May 12th. I will give you guys the information for the final presentation at about week 5. So it'll give you about a month to work on it and finish it up. It definitely is something where we will be working together on it, and we'll have a phone call or two about what exactly you're going to do for your final presentation. Nothing whatsoever to worry about right now. Anyone else have any other questions? Okay. Then we are going to make this PowerPoint smaller. So in order to do that, that arrow you push to make it larger is facing the opposite direction. Go ahead and click that arrow. You should see me again, a small version of the PowerPoint, along with a map and something called a whiteboard. We're going to make our whiteboard larger. That's the bottom plain blank white area. Make that larger so my picture goes away again. I just unlocked it, so now that we can write to each other. Now up on the whiteboard, I would like you each to write your name. You can write in 2 different ways. You can write using the pencil that I just drew the arrow to, or you can write using text and typing on your computer. I find typing with text is much easier. You are going to need to click on the letter A, the text button. Then you are going to click on your whiteboard screen and write your name for me, just so I can make sure we all get on there correctly. Awesome. Perfect. Great. You guys are doing fantastic at moving around Jigsaw meetings. Now, the second site that we are going to use during this class is a site called Moodle. Go ahead and give me a smile face by using the icon at the bottom of your screen if you are familiar with the Moodle site that Bridgeway Academy uses. Okay, most of you. Fantastic. So we're going to take a look at Moodle. If you are not familiar with Moodle, you and I can go ahead and go over your passwords and usernames at the end of the orientation. So Moodle is this website. It's called bwacademy.mrooms.net. Your username is your Bridgeway number. And if you're not sure of your number, again, we can get together at the end of this. Your password is the word Bridgeway. Make sure you use the uppercase B, the number 9, and the $sign. Now, in order to get to our biology learning lab, you are going to need to click on My Courses, which is usually either in the top right or the top left of your screen, depending how you have Moodle set up. But it is always underneath what looks like a Start button on a computer. So you are going to click Start Now. You are going to find your course. Then you are going to click on Biology. What should come up is something that looks very similar to this. We'll say Biology, gives you a little overview of the course, tells you when our course meets, and it gives you a second way to get into our course. So let's say, for example, Anthony, you share an email with your mother, and she deleted the Jigsaw invitation by mistake. Not a big deal. You can log into Moodle, click the Jigsaw meeting icon, and log into Jigsaw meeting that way. What you're also going to find underneath our objective is everything we do for the week. So after our orientation, I'm going to go ahead and put this recording up there. During our first class, any PowerPoints that I show you, any homework that I give you, any images that I show you can all be found in the Moodle site after class. That way you don't feel like you need to be taking notes the entire time and you have something to refer back to. I don't want anything in this class to be a surprise. I want you to be able to find all of the information you need. I also need to make sure that you know how to get into this Moodle site. So you do have an assignment that you need to complete before next Wednesday. That assignment is called the orientation assignment. It is right underneath the objectives for the course. What you are going to do is click where it says orientation assignment. My directions say please complete this, please complete before the first class. You're going to click attempt quiz now. There are 2 questions on this quiz. The first question is, what name would you like to be called? So maybe somebody would like to be called, maybe Anthony likes to be called Tony. Write that here so that I know what name you prefer to be called. And then what is your favorite biology topic? What do you like? Do you like to talk about plants? Do you like to talk about animals? Do you like to do dissections? Do you like to talk about DNA? If you could pick a biology topic, what would it be? Now, the purpose of this is sometimes at the end of a dissection, at the end of a lab, we may have a few minutes, kind of downtime. This will allow us, or me, to fill this downtime with things that you, or topics that you are interested in. You are going to click Next, and then Submit, and the answers will automatically be sent over to me. So for example, for week 1, if your homework is to write a lab report, you are going to write the lab report. You are going to go find the homework week 1 in Moodle. You are going to upload your homework assignment and send it to me that way. It allows us to keep everything nice and neat and orderly and all in the same place. Does anyone have any questions about how to use Moodle website for this class? Fantastic. Something that a lot of times students are concerned with is the use of video cameras. Now you will see me on my web camera most of the time. When we're doing dissections, I will probably not have me on the camera. I will have the camera focused on what I'm dissecting. But I would also love for you guys to participate. I would love for you to, maybe Sarah's going to let me have her dissect the fish on camera. Or Gabrielle might let us look at the plants that we grow, that she's actually growing. So I would love for you all to participate by being on the camera. However, I will never make you be on the camera. In order for your camera to turn on, it requires me to click a button on my end and you to click a button on your end. So I can never just turn your camera on. Anyone have any questions up until this point? All right. On the bottom left of your screen right now, you probably see a map. Right now, my map is focused on New Mexico and Texas. What we're going to do is I want you guys how to write in this section. Now, this is the section of our screen that we call a notepad. If you go ahead and see the purple toolbar right above the map, there's an icon that looks like a yellow notebook. And I believe it says notepad if you hold your noteboard if you hold your mouse over it. Now let's say you want to take notes on something. You click Add Note. You're going to type it here. And everyone in the group can see it. Now there are some times when I use this board to kind of quiz you guys and see if you're understanding something. So if I'm doing that, I will go ahead and write, what is your name? And then you type back to me. Click Add Note, type your name, then click Save. And I can see your answer, but nobody else can. Okay, so I see Anthony's came through and Alicia's came through. And Sarah and Gabrielle. Perfect. So that's another feature of Jigsaw Meeting that we will use probably a few times a class. Does anyone have any other questions about either Jigsaw Meeting or Moodle? Okay. A few side notes about the class in general. We are going to use the high school biology lab kits, and let me just pull my sheet up here and confirm. I know that Elijah has no kit, Anthony has no kit, Ethan, who's not here, has no kit. Gabriella, did you get your lab kit in the mail yet?
Yeah, I did.
You did. All right. Fantastic. And then Sarah, I don't believe you have yours either. Okay. Fantastic. If you did not get your lab kit yet, do not worry about them. It is not necessary to have the first class. However, I believe the rest of them did go out. So you should be all set with the lab kits. That's basically what I had for our orientation today. I just wanted to do a little preview of Jigsaw and Moodle for you guys. You will get your next class invitation on Monday. It will say High School Biology Week 1. If you guys have any questions between now and then, certainly feel free to email me or give me a call.